This is Lahn, a 2-inch whoop I made as my first FPV quadcopter. I used motors, frame and flight controller from BetaFPV. And of course, some lights. For the camera system, I used a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W and a camera module V3. I was originally inspired by this post about a Raspberry Pi Zero FPV drone, which I found quite neat as the same camera is used for both the transmitted and the recorded video. The composite video output of the Raspberry Pi is connected to an analog FPV transmitter. This is the full schematic of the system. I designed some 3D printed parts to protect the Raspberry Pi and mount the camera. The initial design looked like this, with the camera holder hot glued to the Raspberry Pi protector, but I realized the camera footage was blurry, so I added some sponge and used rubber bands instead of screws to reduce the amount of vibrations transferred from the frame to the camera. I wrote the video capture code in Python. You can check it out in the video description. This is what I see through the goggles. There is a high temperature warning here, which is because I had the drone switched on while stationary for a couple of minutes. The components are cooled very well by airflow during flight. I use a switch on my RC transmitter to cleanly shut down Linux on the Raspberry Pi before I disconnect the battery. To perform operations on the Raspberry Pi, I have it connect to my laptop's Wi-Fi hotspot and use SSH to run shell commands. I use the cron tab to make my program run at startup. The Lahn 4 program can record video at 1080p 30 frames per second, but needs a significant GPU overclock to record reliably, although short stutters still happen. The Lahn 3 program works without overclock, but the best it can do is 720p at 50 frames per second. I have an FTP server set up on the Raspberry Pi and use FileZilla to transfer the files remotely. I am very happy with the result, although if I were to make a Raspberry Pi drone again, I would buy the wide-angle version of the camera to have a wider field of view. I will now show you a full flight video recorded using the Lahn 4 program with the sound recorded from the ground. Enjoy!